Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be looking at the terminal or Windows command prompt. So firstly we're just going to be looking at a few basic commands and then we're going to do a real world example with it. So here I have an images folder with a few different images. Some of them are in .png format and some are in .svg format. And we're going to create two separate folders and separate the PNGs and the SVGs. So okay, let's head back to this test folder, and to open up the terminal we just want to right click and select open in terminal here. Now when I do this you'll notice that it says base here and it doesn't say this on yours. That's just because I'm using something called Conda which opens by default. So I'm going to close this and open it a different way. I'm going to select the top here and I'm going to type CMD. And okay, now we all have the same command prompt opened. So here on the left, before we type in our command, we can see that it gives us a path. And this path is the same as the folder we were in. So if I were to open this from down here on the start menu, I can right click and select terminal here. The path it gives you will just be your home folder. So users and then / your name. And then you'd have to manually navigate to the folder that you want to work with. So it's easier to just open it up from the folder we're working in. Now, okay, let's create a folder inside of here. So to do this, we want to say mkdir. And what this stands for, the mk is make, and then dir is directory. Directory is another word for folder. So then we put a space and we type test. So this will make a directory called test. And if we look in the folder, there's now a new folder called test here. So okay, now let's look at navigation now that we have something to go into. Let's say we wanted to head into this test folder. We can type cd test. And now you can see that the path here changes. We're now inside of the test folder. So we've basically double clicked this and went into the folder. And let's say we wanted to head back. So we want to go back into this test folder here. Well, we can type cd ... and this ... basically means go backwards one step in the path here. So now we're on this test path. If we go back one, we're on the test folder path. So we're back here. Okay, and we can see that reflected in the location here. Now we've learned how to create a folder, so let's first delete it. So we type rmdir and then test, and that will delete it. Again, rm is for remove and then dir is for directory, but I don't actually want to delete that, so let's bring it back. mkdir test, and yeah, our folder is back here. And now let's talk about how we create files. So in this Windows command prompt, there's no actual command to create a file, but there is a bit of a tricky way to do it. So we have this command called echo, where if we type echo and then a word next to it like hello, it will basically just print out that word on the terminal. Now we can actually chain this together with the special command, so we can do echo and then a word like hello, and we use two greater than signs. And what we're basically saying here is echo this word and then take it and put it inside of somewhere. So that's what these two greater than signs mean. And here I can just type like theo.txt. So what it did is it echoed out that word the word hello, and then it put it inside of this file called theo.txt. So I'm just going to open up that file to show you. And yeah, you can see it right here. So if we wanted to view the contents of this file in the terminal, we can type 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 and then the name of the file. So this will show you what's inside of it in the terminal. Now we don't actually use this so often in Windows. Usually we just open up the file in an editor or something to look at it, but it is cool to know that that command exists. Okay, so now let's look at how we can copy and move files. So let's say I wanted to make a copy of this file and put it inside of the folder. So to create a copy, we use the command cp, so copy, and then the name of the file, which is Theo, and then where we want to put it. So we want to put it inside of that test folder. And if I hit enter here, it will go through. So now we can see that we have a copy of the file here. Now I'm just going to delete this for a second and come back. When we're doing this, we can type cp, the name of the file, and then the name of the folder. And if we wanted to, we can put a slash here and give the file a new name. So for example, I can give this the name test.txt. And if I hit enter here, we'll see that it copied the file into the new folder, but it also renamed it to test.txt. So again, I'm going to delete this. And okay, now we know how to copy files and rename them. Next, we can move files. So we can do mv. Mv is short for move, and then the name of the file and where we want to put it. So in the test folder. And now we can see it's gone from here and it's inside the test folder. Okay, so let's say now we want to bring that file back, but we don't want to first cd into the folder and then move the file back and all of that. It will just take too many commands. What we can do is here from the test folder, which is the main folder we're in, we're going to look at some special syntax. So we can do mv, and the file we want to move is in the test folder, and it's /theo.txt. So let's go look at that first. It's this file right here. And if we want to say that we want to move it into the current directory, we just need to use a dot here for the second location. The dot basically means the folder we're in right now. So we're moving this file from test/theo.txt, which is here, into the current folder that we're in, which is this one right here. So I'm just going to hit enter here, and now we can see that it's back here. There's another special command that I want to show you, but I need to create a new file as well for that. So I'm going to do echo hello into test.txt. Okay, so now we have two files here, and what I can do is mv, and for the name of the file we can just put star here. Star means everything, but remember everything also includes this test folder. So to specify that it's everything that ends in .txt. So what this basically means is we're giving it a pattern here, and the pattern is anything for the first few words, but the ending of the file name must be .txt. I hope that makes sense. And then we want to move it into test. So I'm going to hit enter here. And now you can see that it got rid of both of those files, and it moved both of them into test here. So okay, let's clear up everything here before we move on. And by the way, to clear your terminal, you just have to type cls and hit enter. You can also type clear, but this doesn't work on all command prompts. It's just the latest ones. So if you're using an older version of Windows or something, clear might not work for you, but cls will. And okay, let's head into that folder firstly. So cd test, and to delete one specific file, we first list out all the files to see what's inside of here. So we type dir. Dir is short for directory, and this command will list out everything that's inside of the directory. So we have a file here called test.txt and one called theo.txt, and it also gives us some information about the files and stuff. So to delete one file, we just type del and then the name of the file, like test.txt, and we hit enter here. And now to delete the other one, we type del and theo.txt. By the way, to autocomplete like that, I start typing the name and then I press tab. So that just fills it out for me. And I hit enter here, and that's gone as well. Now if we run that dir command again, we can see there's nothing inside the folder. Okay, so now I'm going to head one folder backwards, back into this test folder. So cd .. and then I'll do dir here to see what's inside, and you can see that it has a folder called test here. So I'm going to get rid of that as well. Remember, to get rid of a folder, we don't use del, we use rm, short for remove, and then dir. And then the name of the folder is test. So okay, if you can see, everything has been deleted here. So I'm just going to close this now. Now let's head into that images folder, because we now have everything we need to clean this up. So I'm going to right click inside of here and open in terminal. Again, I'm using Conda, so by default it will show me this here, but just don't worry about that for now. The commands are basically still the same. So I'm going to create a directory, mkdir, and I'm going to call this png. And yeah, it created a folder here. So I'm going to create another one, mkdir, and I'll call this svg. So okay, now we have our two folders to sort these images into. Now I'm going to type mv star.png. So what this will do is it will move anything that ends in .png. So it's going to look through this folder and find any files that end in .png, and then we're going to move it to the png folder. So I hope that makes sense. And now if we go look, all of the files inside of here all end in .png. So now what we're left with here is only the svg files. So let's clean that up as well. We'll type mv.svg. So, oh, I forgot the star.svg. So this will move anything that ends in .svg, and we want to move it into the svg folder. So I'm going to hit enter here. And yeah, now in the svg folder we have all of our svg files, and in the png folder we have all of our png files. So I hope everyone enjoyed this tutorial. One more thing that I could give you at the end here is that some programs also give you their own command line interface. So for example, I use something called Docker here, and it has a lot of commands to use this through the terminal. So if I type docker-h, which is to open up the help, it will tell me all of the commands I can use here for Docker. And specifically, there's some programs that only work through the command line. So if I type like Olama, it will give me the commands for this. And this is actually a tool that I can't use like a graphical interface for. I have to use it through the terminal. So yeah, there's a lot of tools and stuff you can use from the terminal. So yeah, I hope this tutorial made you a bit more comfortable with using the terminal. And maybe you'll also be using some tools in the future where you can only use it through the terminal like this. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.